more stories like this, I'm sure.
Well, without question, Kevin, that's the case and the landscape that we...
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Los Angeles on top, running away with it. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm here.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on it. Morris checked in for Jimmy Butler, and Curry subbed in for Derrick Rose. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
Curry kicks to Gibson. Here's Gasol. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Gasol's got 6 points in the quarter.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team and the way they approach the game.
And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
The Bulls making a switch here. Noah's checked in.
And for all of the improvements he's made to his game, one wonders why Blake Griffin isn't a better shot blocker. I mean, he clearly has the motor and the athleticism, but for some reason over his first 5 seasons, he's averaged only a half a block per game.
Second shot opportunity, and Noah with the layup. Noah's got 6.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
They set the pick. Griffin dishes to Redick. That 3 off the mark. And regarding Griffin's low block shot number, for some guys, they simply lack a certain field mark for blocking shots.
Yeah, you know, there's something about the aptitude for shot blocking that sometimes is understated. Just because you're a high flyer in the front court doesn't mean you're going to block a lot of shots.
And it's Paul penetrating, and the layup's good off the glass. Paul's got 5 points now this quarter.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Curry outside. Again, Curry missing.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
And the wide open shot from Redick. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Curry kicks to Moore.
Sticking too much.
Dishes it to McDermott. Back to Moore. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Moore's got 7 points. The Los Angeles Clippers coming to this one after the win against Milwaukee.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
McDermott passes to Curry. Moore outside. And that is good. Moore's got 4 points this quarter.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Ball goes in, comes up empty down low.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Clippers ahead, running away with this one. And right after... And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Curry in at shooting guard. Mirotic is out there with Dunleavy. Then it's Brooks. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. And Green slams it in.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power. And polish.
Rivers with it. Passes it to Mbah a Moute. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound. The Bulls shooting around 41% on the night. Pass to Portis. Outside Curry. For the 3. Curry with another miss.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Dunleavy. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here is Mbah a Moute. They get it again. They kick it out to Green. Hands it from downtown.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it. You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
Here's Aldridge. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a...
The only color I care about is green, money. Now, you've certainly made some money so far, Freak, but it's time we make more money.
Mr. Dom Pag.
De respuestas con el manojo lleno. libro abierto, ansiosa de aprender la historia no contada de nuestros ancestros, con el viento que dejaron los abuelos y que viven cada pensamiento de esta amada tierra. Quien sabe cuidarlo es quien de verdad la quiera ver, para mirar de nuevo, para ver los sitios y despertar el ojo ciego, sin miedo. Tú y yo descolonicemos lo que nos enseñaron, con nuestro pelo negro, con pómulos marcados, con el orgullo indio en el alma tatuado. Vengo con la mirada, vengo con la palabra, esa palabra hablada, vengo sin temor a no perder nada. Vengo como el niño que busca de su morada, la entrada al origen, la vuelta de su cruzada. Vengo a buscar la historia silenciada, la historia de una tierra saqueada. Vengo con el mundo y vengo con los pájaros, vengo con las flores y los árboles, sus cantos. Vengo con el cielo y sus constelaciones, vengo con el mundo y todas sus estaciones. Vengo agradecida al punto de partida, vengo con...
Wow, a Christmas Day game. I didn't expect to be on this stage as a rookie, but it'll be exciting, no doubt. I watched the NBA all day long on Christmas growing up, and to think that kids out there will be seeing me be a part of that, it's surreal. And I've never been one to disappoint the kids, so I better go out there and put on a show.
Welcome to a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K Sports. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. It's getting noisy here in Oklahoma City. We're at the peak, the Chesapeake Energy Arena, home of the Thunder. They've probably been looking forward to this part of the schedule for a long time. A lot of upcoming home games are slated for them here.
Well, this is a nice stretch for this team, Kevin, because they get a number of games at home, and it gives them a chance to make up some ground in the standings.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. It's been said time and time again that playing in Oklahoma City is one of the tougher places to play in the league. Last year we saw it as well. This place, Greg, gets so loud when the Thunder are rolling.
And even though the Thunder missed the playoffs, the Chesapeake Energy Arena was as loud as ever. Really helps when you are the show in a city.
Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And, guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done, and that has to make you feel good as a group.
Another miss by Curry.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Mark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out.
Shoots. Looks a big high price and goes in.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
And Waiters has it in the corner. Five on the clock. Can't get it to go. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Hey, guys, that was their night. I mean, it seemed like everything they shot went in.
It happens that way sometimes, guys. It was just one of those games where the hot shooting of a couple of players became contagious, and nobody was stopping them.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Durant kicks to Collison. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Outside Curry. Wide open look. He knocks it down right at the buzzer.
That's a shot he'll never forget. As dramatic as they come.
He's got a special knack for the big moments. The bigger the moment, the better he is.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Bulls out front, up by 6. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Kevin Durant, former MVP, still feels like he's insight into that philosophy. Well, the will seems to be there, Greg, but Kevin Durant seems surrounded by uncertainty. Can he get that and stay healthy for the entire season? How does he work with his new coach? Getting ready for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Cantor. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. Durant's checked in for Dion Waiters. And it's Payne in for Andre Robertson. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. Butler, he's checked in for Mirotic. And Curry subbed in for Moore. Durant and Collison at the 3 and the 4. Payne out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Adams in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bulls.
Playing a physical brand of basketball so far, and those trips to the foul line have been very effective.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
And he's good on the second. Kiwi Steven Adams, one of the toughest players down on the block.
And Kevin Adams is not afraid to get under somebody's skin. He's pretty strong defensively, too.
And it's Rose penetrating. He feeds it to Curry. Noah with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Rose. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And the Bulls lead by 14.
And you know, guys, that's one of the things I like about Adams. I mean, he'll draw the ire of opposing players just because of how he approaches the game.
Payne kicks to Westbrook. Gets that one to drop. That's his third field goal in 8 tries.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Payne passes to Westbrook. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Jimmy Butler.
A dirty player. I mean, I think he feels he plays aggressive and he hustles. And that sometimes rubs players the wrong way.
First free throw is good.
And for Russell Westbrook, a heroic effort and he led the league in turnover average, but that's also because he's got such a high.
Those guys make things happen, and you have to live with some of their inefficiency at times.
Curry outside. It's hauled in by Adams. Thunder trailing by 8. And Westbrook, here we go. Missing that scoring opportunity, having a bad 3 for 9 shooting night.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Oklahoma City has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Noah with the block.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And that one's good. 7 points for Derrick Rose.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
And it's Oklahoma City's ball, trailing by 10. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in his game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Bulls lead by 8. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Pow, tell us what have been the key aspects.
All right, men, we've done a good job in the first half of taking the momentum and being assertive with our style of play.
For the most part, we played an intelligent first half. Our passing has been crisp. We haven't given the ball away, and that's big because we can't afford turnovers. Those will kill us. One thing I liked, our
OKC, make some noise.
Now the third quarter.
Just a fantastic game for Enes Kanter. He has 15 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
Clark, I'm sure that won't be
the Thunder with some changes. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Dion Waiters comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Payne in for Russell Westbrook. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. Morris checked in for Doug McDermott. And Curry subbed in for Rose. So the Bulls 5 right now. Curry, he's in at the point. Mirotic is out there with Noah. Then there's Etuan Moore. And it's Butler in at the small forward position. And Curry, here we go.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clark, he's going to start putting on a show now.
and that's usually how it goes. Once they get that lead, it's almost like they give him free reign.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. And out of bounds it is. Last touch by Mirotic. Portis, he's checked in for Chicago.
Bulls substitution, Bobby Portis.
With some changes. Cantor checked in for Ibaka. Durant comes in for Waiters. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Payne. And Chicago also making a switch. Curry's checked in.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Bulls.
Clark, they simply ran him off the court.
It was all about the transition game. Fast break points, the difference.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
Anytime you drop the first game of a season against a particular team, you really want to come back stronger, which they did. And, of course, this is their last of 2 games between these 2 teams during the regular season. So a nice win to even it up at 1-1 against the Thunder.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Pau Gasol. And the way he was able to...
And so Chicago takes this one.
Well, first off, congrats.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Pau Gasol. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
Ernie, that is the definition of domination. He took them to school tonight in every possible way. I know there's 10 players on the court, but I only noticed 1.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And that will do it for our special Christmas Day broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports.
I told you, Dom Pagnotti always delivers. Brand Jordan Freak prototypes. Open the box, check.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire.
Io non dormo quando ti penso, io non dormo e basta e compenso. Io lo so che siamo uniti, se a capirsi basta il silenzio. Senza te sarai nel vuoto, mentre insieme siamo immortali. Baby, accelero la moto, chiudi gli occhi e spegni i fanali. Vedi, noi siamo la luce insieme, il male che produce il bene. La notte abbassa lo sguardo, che guardarci non gli conviene. Siamo il bianco e siamo il nero, siamo Dio che appare davvero. Siamo piccoli e perfetti, come il mondo visto dal cielo.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti.
It's been a long road trip. Last game is tonight, and I know I want to get out of here with the win. We'll be back in front of the home crowd soon, but now's not the time to be looking ahead. I need to step up my game and help this team get it done. No excuses.
At the shooting guard position, standing 6'5", the other guy.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We'll see the Charlotte Hornets defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
Charlotte ball.
For Lamb. So, Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. Mirotic is checked in for McDermott. And Curry subbed in for Derrick Rose. So, the Bulls 5 right now. Curry in at point guard. Mirotic is out there with Portis. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Noah in at the center filling out the middle.
And watching Kemba Walker play, so explosive. An undersized floor general, nasty crossover. Really a scorer's mentality. Maybe too much of a scorer's mentality to ever be a great assistant.
Pass to Jefferson. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Greg, talking about Walker, you have to love the way he competes, his willingness, Clark, to put the team on his shoulders and carry him.
Love that competitive spirit of his. They're actually figuring out how to use him best, but he's such a dynamic offensive player. You've got to give him room to be creative at that end.
It's Curry outside. Walker with some nice D.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
Nice bucket there. I mean, they are playing really, really smart basketball.
IQ basketball, smartphone basketball, whatever you want to call it. Even though the lead's not that large, they're still in charge right now.
Butler attacking. Passes it to Noah. Bulls moving the ball around, and it's blocked. But they'll get another chance. Outside Curry. Can they get it? Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Curry's got his first 3 points of the game. So for the Hornets, their last game, a win against the Washington Wizards.
And what a luxury when you have depth. I mean, a lot of their scoring in that win came from their reserves. And make no mistake, they carry the load for that team.
Without question, the starters can't do it all game long. You need that help from the reserves, and they got it in that one.
Mirotic against Kidd-Gilchrist. Now here's Curry. He's tightly guarded. Charlotte leading by 8. Outside, Walker. Here's Kidd-Gilchrist. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
Extremely positive. I mean, this is a very nice lead to have early in the ball game.
Pass to Portis. Back to Mirotic. Outside Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. And the Bulls, another 3.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever.
Transitioning from college to the pros can be a challenge for many players. Here's what Freak had to say about adjusting his. Good points, Clark. What role do coaches play in helping young players like
on the court?
Zeller and Lee subbed in for Kidd-Gilchrist. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for McDermott. And Curry subbed in for Derrick Rose. Williams down low with Jefferson. Jeremy Lin is out there with Jeremy Lamb. And it's Lee in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Moore passes to Curry. Fires from 18. Hornets with the rebound. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That will kick off a 6-game road trip for the team. Lee dishes to Lin. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Noah.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Moore with it. He's picked up by Lamb. And Mirotic kicks to Curry. Basket made, just his second this contest. He's 2 for 7 now.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous head coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well versed he is as a coach.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Timberwolves was just a man on a mission. He had 12 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. A bit of a surprise attack for him, as he is usually just regarded as a role player on his team.
Doris, thank you. Well, guys, he made play after play in that game.
Let's see if he can keep it going tonight. I say he does. I'll bet he goes off again.
That's a pretty bold prediction there. I mean, he's going to have to be very, very strong to even come close to dittoing that performance.
And Clifford in his 3rd year now as a head coach, Greg. That experience you were just talking about. He has 29 years of coaching under his belt. And he's a Van Gundy disciple. Clark was on the coaching staff for both brothers.
Yeah, and he's been with a lot of teams, Kevin. 13 seasons as an assistant for the Lakers, Rockets, Magic, and Knicks.
Time now for an injury report. And now Doris Burke has an update for us on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Doris, what'd you find out?
Thanks, Kevin. I got some news from the Hornets head athletic trainer. He told me that it doesn't look too serious. If he were to miss significant time, it would really hurt this team that depends on him for so many things. Guys, time will tell.
All right, Doris, and hopefully everything works out for him.
Pro trainers have so much available to them at their disposal. If it's nothing serious, he'll be back.
And he gets it to go. And that's 10 points for Freak. Here's Walker. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Washington. The high post shot. Hits the front of the rim and out.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Walker against Curry. And the Bulls, another three.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Williams, a screen on Curry. Walker. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Outside Curry. Lets it go with a three. Can't get it to go. Walker with some nice D. Hornets leading by 5. The kick out to Williams. Here's Jefferson. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Jefferson's got 6 points.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
Curry against Walker. Outside Curry. He could go. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that concludes the first half. Hornets lead by 7. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Freak really making a difference here.
You just can't shoot.
And so it's Charlotte with the win. Probably a little.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kemba Walker.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some games.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
Some people say you're just a hanger-on, that you're a leech. Why is that?
Got James Harden and that beard of his. But this guy's relentless. We know he's gonna attack the basket all night long. I'm gonna make it my personal mission to keep that from happening. As long as we keep jumping those passing lanes, we can give them a run for their money. I know I'll be ready.
versus East contest here in the Windy City of Chicago, Illinois, as the Bulls play 1-0. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche Latina in the NBA. An annual tradition celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. And Curry subbed in for Doug McDermott. And then for Houston, Smith comes in for Dwight Howard. And Terrence Jones is subbed in for Michael Beasley. So on the floor for Houston, Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Terrence Jones out there with Smith. And it's Beverly in at point guard. Houston shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
Portis, he's checked in for Derrick Rose. And then for Houston, Corey Brewer's checked in for Ariza. And Godlock subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Harden the pass to Smith. Shot clock at 5. Off target with his 3.
And remember last year, the Rockets signing Josh Smith after he was waived last season, picked him up with their biannual exception. A nice low-risk move for adding athleticism, defense, and just pure talent to their front court.
And Godlock kicks to Harden. Here's Jones. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And for Terrence Jones, there's a quiet excitement surrounding him in personnel circles. Last season, he was a much better rim protector, way up in blocks, and his three-point percentage was up as well. So those are the kinds of year 3 improvements that talent evaluators are always looking for, especially when you come into the league as an underclassman.
Godlock dishes to Jones. Harden the pass to Brewer. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Brewer's got his first points of the night.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Looking at Terrence Jones, he really has that complete game. His ability to make a play at the rim, hit 35% of his threes. He's a multi-dimensional threat. Long player, well-schooled, falls in line, I think, very well with any good team. In this particular case, with one of the playoff teams in the West.
Yeah, he's one of the more efficient players in the league, over 53% his first 3 seasons. So defenses might want to choose to ignore somebody else.
Brewer's shot is off.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Smith outside, fires the 3. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take them long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Butler, here we go. Here's Curry with the 3. And it's James Harden with the rebound. Harden's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Harden's got 10 points in the game. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
That was dumb. My fault. My fault.
Each one more.
Seven seconds left here in the first quarter. From deep. Got it off in time, but it's no good. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Rockets ahead, up by 4. From the United Center in Chicago. And let's take a moment to hear a little bit from Josh Smith about his development throughout his NBA career. Kind of hear that growth in his voice, don't you think? And it's interesting to hear Josh Smith talking.